Life isn't going to hand you success on a silver platter. Nobody is coming to save you. No one is going to knock on your door and say, hey, here's your dream life. It's on you. If you want more, you have to become more. If you're waiting for permission, let me be clear, you already have it. And here's the kicker. Your comfort zone, it's a prison. The moment you stop pushing yourself, you stop growing. Every time you avoid discomfort, you trade growth for stagnation. Winners don't back down from challenges. They charge toward them. They understand that nothing worth having comes without sacrifice. You can't keep everything and expect to rise. You have to be willing to let go of old habits, toxic people, wasted time, whatever is holding you back. And no matter what you do, people will judge you. If you play it safe, they'll call you boring. If you take risks, they'll call you crazy. Stop trying to please them. It's a losing game. Do what sets your soul on fire, because in the end, their opinions don't pay your bills or build your dreams. Now let's talk about failure. It's not a detour, it's the path. Every success story is built on failures. The difference between winners and losers: winners don't stop when they fail. They adapt, learn, and keep going. And while you're at it, drop the excuses. The world doesn't care why you didn't make it. It rewards the ones who do. If you think money, success, or validation will make you happy, you're wrong. Happiness is an inside job. It's how you think, how you see the world, and how you choose to respond to life. If you're always looking for the next thing to make you happy, you'll always be chasing a moving target. Instead, start choosing happiness right now with what you have while you work for more. And let's get real, your time is priceless. Every second you waste on negativity, procrastination, or distractions is time you'll never get back. You can earn more money, but you can't earn more time. Use it wisely, because the clock is always ticking. You might think talent is the key to success, but hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. The world is full of gifted people who never made it. Why? Because they didn't put in the work. Effort, persistence, and discipline will always outweigh raw talent. And guess what? Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your worst enemy. Your thoughts will either push you forward or hold you back. If you don't learn to control your mindset, you'll stay stuck. Winners train their minds just like they train their bodies. They feed it with positive, powerful thoughts and take action despite fear. But here's a reality check. Not everyone wants to see you win. Some people will cheer for you in public, but secretly hope you fail. Cut them off. Surround yourself with people who push you forward, not pull you down. And stop overthinking. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need every answer. You just need to start. Action beats hesitation every time. Because while you're stuck in your head, someone else is out there making moves. So what are you waiting for? Take control, step up, move forward, because life is happening right now. And the only question that matters is, what are you going to do about it? Nobody is coming to save you. Read that again, let it sink in, because the sooner you accept that, the sooner you take control of your life. Too many people are waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for someone to believe in them, waiting for some external force to swoop in and make everything better. That moment isn't coming. No one is going to show up with a golden ticket and hand you your dream life. No one is obligated to make your life easier. And the truth is, even if they could, you wouldn't want them to, because the moment you realize it's all on you, you stop hoping and you start creating. The people who win in life, they don't waste time looking for shortcuts or handouts. They don't sit around blaming their past, their circumstances, or anyone else for where they are. They take full ownership. No excuses, no complaints, just relentless action. That's the difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck. It's not intelligence, it's not luck, it's the decision to stop waiting and start moving. And yeah, it's hard. Some days you're going to feel like the odds are stacked against you, you're going to feel alone, you're going to wonder if it's even worth it. That's where most people quit. They crumble under the pressure and convince themselves the world is unfair. But the ones who break through, they lean into the struggle. They use the pain, the setbacks, the doubt, and they turn it into fuel. They understand that life owes them nothing, and because of that, they take everything they want. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. Believe in yourself first, because once you do, you become unstoppable. And the moment you stop expecting someone to come save you, that's the moment you start saving yourself. Comfort is the enemy of growth. You've got to get that deep in your mind, because every time you choose comfort, you choose to stay the same. And if you stay the same, guess what? Nothing in your life changes. The people who achieve extraordinary things don't do it because it was easy. They do it because they embraced the discomfort that came with the process. Growth happens in the moments when you're tired, frustrated, and ready to quit, but you push through anyway. It happens when you take risks, when you step into the unknown, when you do the thing that scares you. The problem is most people avoid discomfort like it's a disease. They settle for what's easy, what's familiar, what feels safe, and then they wonder why they're stuck. You're stuck because you're choosing comfort over progress. Think about it. Every major transformation in your life came from a moment of discomfort. The workout that pushed you past your limits, the tough conversation you didn't want to have but needed to, the job you took that stretched you beyond what you thought you were capable of. Every single breakthrough is on the other side of discomfort, but most people never make it there, because the second things get tough, they retreat. They tell themselves, maybe this isn't for me. No, it is for you. You just have to be willing to go through the fire to get it. You've got to rewire your brain to see discomfort as a sign you're on the right path. Because when you avoid struggle, you avoid growth. And if you avoid growth, you stay exactly where you are, year after year, wondering why nothing changes. So lean into it, embrace it, chase it, because the life you want, it's not found in comfort. It's built in the moments when you decide to get uncomfortable and keep going anyway. Success requires sacrifice. That's the truth most people don't want to hear. Everybody wants the rewards, but very few are willing to pay the price. You say you want success, but are you willing to give up what's holding you back? Because there's always a trade-off. You can't have a next level life while clinging to the habits, the mindset, and the distractions that are keeping you small. You can't say you want to be in the best shape of your life but refuse to sacrifice the junk food and late night binge sessions. You can't say you want financial freedom but keep wasting money on things that don't matter. You can't say you want to build a business but spend every free moment scrolling through social media watching others live the life you say you want. There is always a price. And most people, they're not willing to pay it. They want the result without the sacrifice. They want the success without the struggle. But that's not how it works. Look at anyone who has achieved greatness in any area: business, sports, relationships, personal growth. Every single one of them had to let go of something to get to where they are. They sacrificed comfort. They sacrificed time. They sacrificed their old way of thinking. And they did it because they understood that what they were working for was worth more than what they were giving up. So the question is, what are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to wake up earlier, train harder, study longer? Are you willing to say no to distractions, to cut off toxic people, to push past your own excuses? Because the reality is, if you're not willing to sacrifice for your dreams become the sacrifice. And if you let that happen, you'll wake up years from now wondering what could have been. And that is a price far too high to pay. People will judge you no matter what you do. That's a fact. You could play it safe, follow every rule, live the way society tells you to, and guess what? Someone will still have something to say. On the other hand, you could take risks, chase your dreams, break free from the norm, and people will still talk. So if judgment is inevitable, why would you ever let it control you? Too many people live their lives trapped by the fear of what others might think. They shrink themselves down, avoid taking chances, and settle for mediocrity just to stay in everyone's good graces. But here's the truth. You will never please everyone. No matter how hard you try, there will always be critics, doubters, and people who don't understand your vision, and that's okay, because you're not here to live their life, you're here to live yours. Think about it. Every person who has ever done something great faced judgment. The innovators, the trailblazers, the game changers. At some point, they were all criticized, mocked, or doubted, but they didn't let that stop them. They understood that the opinions of others don't build legacies, actions do. And that's where most people get it wrong. They let the fear of judgment paralyze them instead of fueling them. They let the voices of others become louder than their own. But let me ask you this, at the end of your life, whose opinion will matter? The people who doubted you, the strangers on the internet, or will it be the regret in your own heart, knowing you played small just to fit in? Because that's the real danger, not the judgment itself, but what it does to you if you let it win. So stop letting the fear of what others think keep you from taking action. Let them judge. Let them talk. Because while they're busy watching, you'll be busy winning. Failure is a requirement, not an obstacle. The problem is most people see failure as the end of the road, when really it's just part of the process. They hit a wall, things don't go as planned, and instead of pushing forward, they take it as a sign to quit. But that's not how success works. You don't get to win without losing first. You don't get to be great without struggling through the setbacks, the rejections, the moments when everything feels like it's falling apart. Because every failure is a lesson. Every failure is a stepping stone. Every failure is shaping you into the person who can't be stopped. Look at anyone who has achieved real success, and I guarantee you they have failed more times than the average person has even tried. The difference? They didn't let failure define them. They didn't see it as a reason to give up. They saw it as data, as feedback, as fuel. When something didn't work, they adjusted. When they got knocked down, they got back up. They understood that failure wasn't the opposite of success. It was part of it. But most people never learn this. They take failure personally. They let it destroy their confidence. They let it convince them that they're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. And that's the real tragedy, not the failure itself, but the meaning people attach to it. Because failure doesn't mean you're not meant for success. It means you're on the path to it. So stop fearing failure. Stop avoiding it. Stop letting it hold you back. If you never fail, it means you're not even trying. And if you're not trying, you've already lost. Fail fast, fail often, fail forward. Because on the other side of those failures is the life you were meant to live. No one cares about your excuses. That might be hard to hear, but it's the truth. The world doesn't reward effort. It rewards results. You can have all the potential in the world, all the talent, all the ambition, but if you don't execute, none of it matters. The people who succeed aren't necessarily the smartest, the most gifted, or the most privileged. They're the ones who find a way no matter what. But most people, they don't operate like that. They tell themselves stories about why they can't do something, why the timing isn't right, why their circumstances are holding them back. They blame their upbringing, their past failures, their lack of resources. And while they're busy justifying why they're not where they want to be, someone else with fewer advantages is out there making it happen. Because winners don't focus on why it can't be done, they focus on how to make it happen. You've got to shift your mindset. Instead of saying, I don't have time, be honest and say, it's not a priority. Instead of saying, I don't know how, commit to learning. Instead of saying it's too hard, remind yourself that everything is hard until you get better at it. The moment you stop giving yourself a way out is the moment you start breaking through. Look, life isn't fair. Some people start with more. Some people have it easier. But at the end of the day, you either find a way or you find an excuse. And excuses don't pay the bills. Excuses don't build legacies. Excuses don't get you where you want to be. So stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop hoping for an easier path. Play the hand you're dealt and play it like a champion. Because no one cares about your excuses. They only care about what you do. Your feelings don't matter as much as your actions. That's a tough pill to swallow, but it's the truth. Too many people let their emotions dictate their decisions, their habits, their entire lives. They wake up feeling tired, so they skip the workout. They feel unmotivated, so they put off the work. They don't feel like it, so they don't do it. And then they wonder why they're not getting results. If you only take action when you feel like it, you'll never get anywhere, because motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Some days you'll wake up ready to take on the world, and other days you won't even want to get out of bed. But success isn't built on how you feel. It's built on what you do consistently, regardless of your emotions. Discipline is what separates the people who achieve from the people who just dream. Winners don't wait for the right mood to show up. They don't ask themselves, do I feel like doing this today? They just do it. Whether they're tired, frustrated, uninspired, it doesn't matter. They take action anyway because they understand that their goals don't care about their feelings. The results you want don't care if you're in the mood. Your dreams don't care if today was hard. None of it matters. The only thing that matters is whether you show up and do the work. Your emotions are temporary, but your actions create your future. So stop letting your feelings run the show. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop giving yourself an out every time you don't feel like it. You don't need to feel good to do what needs to be done. You just need to decide that nothing will stop you. Because when you learn to act in spite of your emotions, you become unstoppable. Time is your most valuable asset, and most people waste it like they have an unlimited supply. They say they want success, they say they want more for their lives, but look at how they spend their days. Scrolling mindlessly, binge watching shows, wasting hours on things that add zero value to their future. And then they wonder why nothing changes. Every single day you wake up with the same 24 hours as everyone else. The difference between the people who build extraordinary lives and the people who stay stuck is how they use those hours. You can either invest your time into learning, growing, and taking action, or you can waste it on distractions that keep you exactly where you are. But here's the thing, once time is gone, you don't get it back. You can always make more money, you can always rebuild a business, but you can never reclaim lost time. The excuse people love to use is, I don't have time. That's a lie. You have time, you're just not using it wisely. The truth is, if something really mattered to you, you'd find the time. If building that business, getting in shape, improving your life was truly a priority, you'd cut out the nonsense and make it happen. But most people aren't willing to do that. They stay busy, but not productive. They confuse movement with progress, and before they know it, years have passed and they're still in the same place. You have to start treating time like the precious resource it is. Audit your day, cut out the distractions, stop spending time on things and people that don't align with your vision. Every moment wasted is a moment you'll never get back. And if you don't take control of your time, one day you'll look back and realize you ran out of it. You become the people you surround yourself with. That's not just some cliche, it's a fact. Look at your closest friends, the people you spend the most time with, their habits, their mindset, their level of ambition. Whether you realize it or not, it's rubbing off on you. If you surround yourself with people who complain, make excuses, and settle for less, don't be surprised when you start thinking and acting the same way. Energy is contagious. If the people around you are negative, unmotivated, and going nowhere, that energy will pull you down faster than you even realize. But if you're around winners, around people who push themselves, think big, and refuse to settle, that mindset becomes your new standard. You start demanding more from yourself. You start believing in bigger possibilities. You start leveling up. But here's the hard truth. Sometimes that means letting go of people who are holding you back. And that's not easy. It's tough to walk away from friendships, from people you've known for years, from relationships that feel comfortable. But comfort isn't the goal. Growth is. And if the people around you aren't growing, supporting your vision, or pushing you to be better, you have to ask yourself, why are they still in your life? You don't owe anyone an apology for wanting more. You don't have to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. The right people will support your growth. The wrong ones will resent it. And that's how you know who belongs in your circle. Look around. Are the people in your life making you better or keeping you stuck? Because whether you realize it or not, they are shaping your future. Choose wisely. Success doesn't come without a price. Every single person who has achieved something extraordinary has paid a price, whether it's time, energy, or even relationships. People look at successful individuals and think it was easy or that they got lucky. But what they don't see is the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the struggles that those people went through to get there. Success is earned through hard work and commitment. It's not something that just falls into your lap. The truth is, when you're striving for something bigger, something better, there are going to be moments when you feel like giving up. There will be times when you question if it's all worth it. The road will get rough and the cost will feel too high. But here's the reality. The price of not trying is far higher. If you give up, if you stop pushing forward, what are you left with? A lifetime of regret, a constant what if, a nagging feeling that you never gave it your all. That's a price no one should be willing to pay. The question you need to ask yourself isn't, can I afford the price of success? The real question is, can you afford the price of mediocrity? Can you afford to live a life where you don't reach your full potential? Can you afford to look back on your life and wonder what might have been if you'd only taken action? Because that's the price most people end up paying, the cost of not doing the work, not taking the risk, not making the sacrifices. Success requires sacrifice. But that sacrifice isn't just a cost, it's an investment. And just like any investment, it pays off. The longer you hold on to your dreams, the more you commit to your vision, the more you get back in return. But you have to be willing to pay the price, because anything worth having will require you to give something up first. People will let you down. It's a harsh truth, but it's one that you need to accept if you want to build a resilient, successful life. No matter how much you trust someone, no matter how much you depend on them, there will be times when they fail you. Maybe it's a friend who doesn't show up when you need them most. Maybe it's a business partner who doesn't follow through. Maybe it's a family member who judges you instead of supporting you. Whatever it is, it will happen. But here's the kicker, you can't let it derail you. Most people get hurt when someone they trust lets them down, and they use that as an excuse to hold back, to stop trusting, to shut down. But that's a dangerous place to be, because the moment you let someone else's actions define your own, you're giving them power over your future. You're letting someone else's mistakes dictate the course of your life. Instead, you have to learn to rely on yourself. You can't wait for others to come through for you. You've got to create your own momentum, your own success, your own happiness. This doesn't mean you close yourself off from people or stop trusting altogether, but you have to be ready for disappointment. When it happens, don't let it stop you. Use it as fuel to move forward, to keep going, and to never put all your trust in someone else. The only person who will always have your back is you. People will let you down, but you don't have to let that stop you. You are the one who will shape your destiny, and no matter what happens around you, you have the power to keep going. You can't change the past. No matter how much you wish you could, it's done. Every decision you've made, every mistake you've made, every regret you carry is already behind you. And yes, you might have regrets. You might wish you had done things differently. But here's the thing, regret is useless unless it teaches you something. Dwelling on what could have been, obsessing over the what ifs, only keeps you stuck. It keeps you from moving forward. Instead, focus on the present. You are not defined by what you've done in the past, and you're not a victim of your previous choices. What matters now is what you do next. You are the author of your story. Every day is a new page, a fresh opportunity to create the life you want. Your past doesn't dictate your future unless you let it. You are the one who decides how the next chapter unfolds. There's no point in beating yourself up over what's already happened. The key is to learn from it, to make sure you don't repeat the same mistakes, and to use your past as fuel to make the smarter choices moving forward. So stop carrying around the weight of what you could have done differently. Let it go. Let the past stay in the past where it belongs, and focus all your energy on today. Because today is where the future is created. You can't change the past, but you can create a new future starting right now, and that is the only thing that matters.